the sense of conviction that I have in what you can do, the way I just described it, because I could tell the way you were engaged. That's exactly like, just take all of that in and you start implementing that in your calls, right? Don't just focus on that, right? Everybody's here, especially in your life. Everybody's there. Okay. Everybody's like, oh, 2,000. This guy's doing it for 2,200. And they're just sitting there. Literally, their brain is doing this expression. That's what their brain is doing, this expression. They're like, yeah, 2,000. This guy doing 1,700. Okay, thanks, Kyle. You know, that's their brain. Yeah.
So I got scared.
But what they want to do is like, oh, Kyle described it like this, right? Okay, he's gonna do that. It's not like this is gonna happen. It's he's going to do that. You understand? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gonna do that, and I liked him. You know what I mean? You just told me everybody who does business with you likes you. It's not just like you have hands, right? You're just like a disembodied hands person who just no.
No, you're a person.
You're a person. You're a human, right? So another concept that I was actually going to explain is it looks kind of like this. So now we're talking about prospects. So in general, you already know normal distribution, right? So there's about 5% of people that are here, 5% of people that are here. So the people that are here, they basically always buy as long as you don't fuck it up. These people basically lay down. That's what we call them.
Cool.
Right? So they're fine. All you have to do is just not fuck it up, and that's pretty easy for you not to do.
Show up, don't fuck it up.
Show up, don't fuck it up. There's the 5% here, which are people that, in general, that you will not close, never close, but there's a potential, there's the possibility that you can close them. The only way that you could do it, and it's super hard in your industry, especially for the people that there is roughly 5% of people that will just never buy, right? No matter what you say, no matter how good you are. There's never a 100% closing ratio. Is these people they tend to be very skeptical, very standoffish, very analytical, but not just that, they're like I said, they're standoffish, right? They're not really interested in you and who you are and what you're saying. Their energy is like, what do you got, Kyle? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the energy. Okay. So the best thing.
I didn't get that vibe you were going to buy from me just there. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. So the only thing that you can do with those people is not sell them, is you stop trying. The only way that you can bridge the gap between that person and potentially a sale, even though it's very rare, is to pull back, right? And you probably know this in general. It's like if somebody's already closed off, like if you're standing at a party and somebody's like this, you're not going to take a step towards them. No. They're going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Right? So they're already like that. So the last thing the energy that you want to come across, the energy that you want to convey is like that, right? That's the energy. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Don't invest too much energy in them, because the more you try, the more they're going to be closed off. Because it's also like, sell me, Kyle. Do your song and dance.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Right, right. So yeah. So the only thing that may work for them is pulling back. Then you have these people. So these are the analytical. Now in your particular industry, it may be a little bit skewed, more analytical people, social, and this is the combo, right? So most people are kind of like a mix between these two, but it's roughly, that's kind of like the rough distribution, right? So 5, 5, 30, 30, 30, roughly, right? This may be a little bit more. So you're really trying to just find out who you're talking to. Because if you're speaking to somebody very analytical, is they kind of get off on you just being super competent, like super knowledgeable, like you know everything, like you fucking know everything. Because here's the other thing, is that they're coming to you for just that job. But if you tell them how that job is linked to like other jobs that they made in the future, but you don't tell them that way, like you're upselling them, but you just display your knowledge, but only if you find that they're like receptive to it, then they're gonna feel like, yo, Kyle is the fucking man, right? I like him, competent, strong, reliable, showed up on time, early, whatever the fuck, right? They like that shit. These people, they wanna talk more. Just very simple, right? They're called relational buyers in general, but these people, they just want to have a conversation. They just want to get to know you, right? And typically, I'd say like more women are like that, but even in personal development, like the vast majority of people that I spoke to were men, and they had a shitload of fucking problems. So they just wanted somebody to listen to their problems. And I'm just there like listening for 30 minutes. And they're like, so what's this thing? And I tell them what the thing is, and they're like, okay, and it's $5,000, right? Yeah. So I'm just like listening and caring. It's and like now the way I kind of like showed that to you was not accurate because I'm making it seem like I don't give a fuck. But you're actively listening, right? So you're there, you're like actively engaging, and you're being more social, less analytical.
Lots of dudes out there that need saving. I totally get it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the rough kind of like distribution of people that you should be aware of. So also be aware of like who you're speaking to and what they need, because one of the most important lessons that I learned in sales is, and I learned this like a couple of times, sometimes we have to relearn the same lesson until we actually fucking get it, right? This life, is you sell to the person the way they want to be sold to, not the way that you think that they should buy. So you're selling to the person in front of you.
That's hard. That's difficult to figure out exactly. Because when I'm gonna call, I'm like, what does this person want to know? Like, do they just want to know like a lot about how every wire, where I'm gonna drill every hole, or do they just want to know like when can you do it? And how much is it going to cost? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of it, right? So the best thing that you can do is the way you ask that question is the way you should ask them, except the latter, right? You don't want to say, do you just want to know how much it's going to cost? You don't want to do that, right? But you can ask them, like, do you want to know like specific details as far as like what am I doing, or are you more interested in like you put out feelers. But you don't want to jeopardize a process that you know already works, right? So in general, what you're trying to do is determine who is this person and who do they need you to be in order for you guys to partner up. Who do they need you to be in order for you to partner up, right? Because to be completely honest with you, the electrician that we hired for the facility over there, the massive facility, he wasn't a big guy, but he was just like, he just came with this cool ass chill energy. He knew a ton of shit. Like he just cool dude who just knew a ton of shit. Yeah. And everybody fucking loved him. Everybody loved this guy, right? He wasn't the biggest guy. He didn't have the most money. Sometimes he was like late on stuff and whatever. And not late on stuff, like he was reliable, but like he had to order this part, which would take a while. But you know, he was just that guy. Right? So basically is that you're just that guy. And the best part about this relationship is that you're just there to do one job and maybe more in the future. So it's not like you're like putting on this front that you have to like maintain. It's not a relationship, right? Where you're like being this guy and you're like, oh fuck, now she likes me because I'm this guy. It's not about that. It's really about like who do they need you to be in that moment so they can feel comfortable enough to sign the deal so you can get the job done. Because once you're there, you're fucking working.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it, man. So this is yeah, exactly. This is fucking sales.